All right, test 1, 2. It is working. There we go. Okay, that was crazy. Let's get all of our friends in here. All right, bingo. There we go. Whew. Sorry about that, everybody. I apologize for the late start here. I had a Zoom issue that I've literally never seen in my 7 years of doing this. But anyway, looks like we got over the issue, so that's fantastic. We're rocking and rolling. Can you guys hear me? Do I sound okay? Okay, cool. Amazing. Love that. So we are going to do the thing. Great to see some hands already going up across the screen. Gang, if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to bring those forward. From 11 to 12, this current hour, it's currently 11:04 Eastern Standard Time. We have open coaching. Ask me any question on anything that you have on your brain, any roadblocks, any hurdles slowing you down or stopping you. Then from 12 to 1, Trey's going to hop up and we're going to talk all things ecom. Super excited for that as always because Trey is the man. But let's get to questions. Let's get to roadblocks. Danielle will be first and then we'll hop over to Dr. Kurt. How can I help today, Danielle?
Hey, good morning, Dante.
Morning.
So my client has her first call tonight, and I have no idea how to actually sell someone a course.
Mm,
And so I need to know how to coach her on that because we're down to where that's the whole point of this, and I have no
yep.
clue. So could I show you the course and you could help me make sure that I've got all the things checked and pricing, and because she's going to need a pay link, all the things.
Yes, definitely. We can check that out.
Cool. So here's the course. Like, I don't know if they're going to get access to it. I mean, I don't know anything about it. So here we are.
Okay. How much is this course?
997.
And when they buy this course, do they get access to anything else?
Uh,
Like a community,
yeah,
a
yeah,
private, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, the community.
So they're going to get a course and a community.
Sure.
Anything else?
Some PDFs.
Cool.
Yeah, some things. They need a quiz that they're supposed to take that I've built out that I don't know how to get to them. So I'm stuck with how to deliver the actual product.
I gotcha. Okay. The first thing you should do, Danielle, is you should create a stack. Uh, are you familiar with an offer stack?
Yeah, I have because we filmed it in her video.
Oh,
Like
great.
what's involved. Like I know the answers to that. I just don't know what they are, like off the top of my head per se.
Amazing. And as you do more of these calls, your offer
I'm
will be
switching
concrete, right?
now to the delivery side.
Cool. You got to have a stack. Like in the sales call, forget about delivery. Delivery doesn't matter if you don't get people to buy. And we can
Right.
fumble over delivery on the first one and figure out all those things. My biggest thing here is like, let's get people to buy. And to get people to buy is pretty simple. Have the sales
So
call with, go ahead.
on the call, I need to prepare her. So on the call, she needs to
Yes.
be talking about, I'm going to give you this and give you that. And okay.
Yes, but before we get into what we're going to give them, she needs to ask questions and she needs to listen to the answers. This is sales 101. The best
Yeah.
salesmen
She's a
don't
great
speak.
doctor. She's, had multiple practices. She's really good at sales.
Cool. Oh, well, then we're amazing. Just give her a stack slide and let her go do her thing.
Yeah.
So, here, how do we deliver? First off, after her sales call, she's going to send them to an order form where they can purchase, or she's just going to pull up the order form on her side and she can ask them for the information and she can input it herself.
Oh,
Either,
okay.
either way, right? Like, so it doesn't matter how she chooses to do it. We have to have the order form. Do we have the order form created?
No clue.
Okay, let's go check out your funnels.
Because it's not the funnel doesn't go to an order form. It goes to the call.
Correct. But then on the call, we're going to make a sale.
Okay. Yeah, that's the general idea.
Right. So we have to have an order form for them to fill out or for us to fill out. Let's hop into the funnel.
Oh, okay. Because my coach that led me to y'all, she just sent me a link and I just put my credit card in. That's what you're saying is that link went to the order form. That's must have been
That's
what I
exactly
filled
right.
out.
Because you didn't just put your credit card, right? You put your name, your email, your phone number.
I'm
You filled out
sure.
a
Yeah.
form in person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Got it.
That's
Okay.
all we're gonna
Understood.
do here. So on this order form, Danielle, what I want to
I
see.
know there's,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think there's one attached because this was a template.
There it
So
is,
go ahead. So
order
this is
form.
it. Thank you for your order. Or is this,
Yep, preview that for me.
okay. Well, shit. I better, oh, sorry. Hit edit.
That's a-okay. We'll hop
Yeah. I
in.
definitely haven't touched this puppy.
Let me see if I can just find Wi-Fi while this loads. I mean, a hard line.
Yeah, take your time. Obviously, mine's not loading really well. Let's see. What do they get?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Disconnect
Oh,
that.
look, it does say 997, so I did something right.
Yeah, you're hitting the beautiful price point. This is a great entry-level price point, free to a low price point, not thousands and thousands, just a simple payment. So here's a beautiful order form. Just use this template. This is
Yeah.
fantastic. So in the mock-up image there where we have all the screens and images and all that, just put your stack. You know, you're going to get this and this and this and this. 100%
Okay.
money back guarantee, order form on the right. And she can just send them this in the call.
Why is this here? Because we have payments AI set up.
Okay, so I wonder if we just have to set it up on the funnel. Can you, well, before we exit, because it'll take a long time to load. This is all I want you to do. Take the testimonials and replace them with two testimonials that she has. And you can remove the FAQs at the bottom.
Yeah.
You can just hide that whole section. Let me see what's in there. Scroll me down. Let me just see. Don't delete it yet. Let me just make sure. Scroll me down. FAQs. Move your mouse to the right to get the green section to highlight. And the green section ends right there. We're just going to hide this section. Go to your section settings now. Up at the
I
top
didn't
of
know.
this
Wait a second.
section.
I can
Lovely.
always tell them.
At the very bottom right, there's an eyeball. It's a hide button.
Oh, look at that. I don't know that I like that. Oh, it did make it go away. Okay, good.
Yep, absolutely. So there. Clean, simple, easy order form.
Okay, got it. I'll edit this.
Nice. And save the change. Fantastic. Let's exit in the top left.
Okay.
Okay, go to your main funnel settings, top right. Okay, you're in live. Scroll me down. Click right here. Click that credit card. Now update.
Uh,
Okay, just preview that order form now, please. Beautiful.
so this is her pay link, quote unquote.
There it is.
Love this all day.
Order form loads
Okay,
in.
and they're going to pay, and it's going to talk to payments AI, and all will be well in the world.
Yeah, let's just give it 2 seconds. I want to make sure that spinning wheel goes away. This is just Wi-Fi. I'm sure it's going to, and we did this so fast. Bingo! Rocking and rolling. Now, I want to make sure the right product is attached here. So let's close down this preview tab, please. Okay, and you got your purple bag on the order form. Yep, click that purple bag. That's showing me a product is connected. Let's see which product it is. Calming the Fire for $9.97. Is that the right product?
Huh?
Fantastic. So functionally, we're set, Danielle. She goes and does a
Okay.
great sales call. They want to buy. She sends them this URL. Let's just clean up the page path so it's sexy and doesn't feel salesy on her. 3 dots and
This.
settings. It's exactly right.
Okay.
And there, the URL. Yep, it says order form. We don't want it to say that. We want it to say calming dash the dash fire. Beautiful. Okay, so you're already using that. It's a conflict. Let's make it start dash now.
Okay.
And that URL is clean. Lovely, 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 great, great. Yep, if you have a sharing image you want to put there, you are welcome to.
Otherwise, it shares as ClickFunnels, and it just looks kind of bad. Oh God, I got a kid crying. I thought I had her logo right here.
Beautiful. Submit. Perfect. Now we're clean. If you put your mouse on that blue URL on the order form to the right of it, you'll see 2 little pages copy. Just send her that, and that's the URL she shares with customers over and over.
All right, now what is my customer going to get? How are they going to get it? What's going to happen?
That is the workflow that's connected and attached. So before we go back into the funnel, let me go check out the product itself that you have. So go to your products tab, top left. All products.
I'm sorry, Dante. My dog is stuck.
You're okay. Take your time.
It's okay. Let me go get you. Let me go get you. It's okay, Angel. All right, okay. All right. So sorry.
A-okay.
He's 17. He gets stuck in his kennel bar.
Oh,
Okay.
great for him.
I know, my angel. They just hate. Okay. All right, Angel. You sit with mommy. Okay. Sorry about
All
that.
right, let's go check out Calming the Fire.
It's okay, sweetheart. It's okay, baby. It's okay, Angel. Mommy's got you.
Okay, scroll me down towards the bottom. We're going to find our purchase actions.
Okay.
There we go. Nice. Okay, you did it. You did amazing. So you attached the course. They're getting 8 out of 8, means all modules inside of that course. They're also getting access to your community, 5 of 5, meaning all topics inside the community. They're getting full unfiltered access to the course and the community. Inside the course is where you have your PDFs, your assets, your other deliverables that you share with them. Your survey could just be embedded inside of the course. So that's how we deliver. All assets, all things we give to customers, we put those in courses. And then we have a private community for these people where we're pouring more into them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know I need to kind of edit this community. I guess and I know you've told us to like buy it and kind of walk through it, but like, what are they going to get? Do they get just an auto-generated email that says, hey, here's your magic link to set up your password? Or like, how do I control that, what they're actually going to get? Like
so you have full control. We can turn off those automated emails, and you could make your own email that goes out after purchase that thanks them for joining the community, that thanks them for their purchase and gives them the links to any assets you want to deliver. For this first one, Danielle, I would let the automated emails go out. You tied the assets, the course, and the community to the product. So you've done this perfectly. The automated emails are going to go out to them, and it's going to give them perfect access. I would also have your own email that goes out that confirms and affirms the decision they just made, thanks them for joining the community, and again, delivers the links that they need, which will be your course link and your community link.
And that would be attached to the order form?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So it's over delivering on your fulfillment at this point. But for the first one, let's leave it exactly as that. That'll make sure that they get in. They don't have any real problems. Maybe they got an email that they didn't want, but that's far better than them not getting the things that they just paid for.
And I'm assuming I can find those automated emails down here.
You can. Workspace settings.
Okay. because they're pretty thin. Like when I tried to find the ones that go for appointments, I've been having a big issue with appointments. Y'all's calendar, that's another question. Okay.
System emails
Minutes.
on the left-hand side.
Oh, email not email templates, system emails. Yeah.
Yep.
It's okay, Muff.
Now you can see courses and the community emails. You can click into those. You can, in the future, you can turn those off, or you can edit those to make them your own brand, your own feel.
Got it. Okay. So they're here. Cool.
Nice.
Okay. I guess that should handle that. And they just
I
log
think
in
the
and then
last thing that I want to check with you is let's make sure that your workflow is set properly on the order form so that when somebody buys, we tag them and we're giving them access to the community and the course right inside the workflow. This again just triple ensures they have access to everything they need.
because yeah, I definitely have not built a workflow on the order form. It would be whatever is defaulted there. So
Cool. This will be a simple fix then. What time's her first call?
5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Oh,
so
yeah, you have plenty of time.
but I have to
Plenty of
to
time.
yeah, we'll get it ready.
Okay, green envelope to the right of your order form.
Do I need this? Would this go under here? Thank you for your order.
Yes. Now, that's the last thing we're going to do. We need an order confirmation after calming the fire, and we can just clone that one, put it down below.
Do not
That
move
will,
it.
you can move it, but go up. Let me see the steps above. Go up top or scroll me
It's
up,
your
excuse me.
calendar.
Calendar page, calming the fire, training. Okay, yeah, I got you. You can actually just slide that confirmation down below the order form.
Okay. Come on there, Bubsy. Move. There we go. Okay. All right, workflow.
Beautiful. And just make sure, of course, to dress up that order confirmation. Thank you so much for purchasing Calming the Fire. Thank you pages and confirmations always confirm and affirm the thing they just did. So here we go. We have a upsell sequence, and that's going to be for my purchase. Okay, great. Let's go to the top workflow, confirmation and upsell.
Yeah, these are definitely defaults.
So the first thing I'm looking at, top right. Your status is on. Super important. Means whenever somebody purchases on your order form and they're taken in here to the workflow and your workflow is on in the top right. Super important there. So you're rocking and rolling. Now we're just going to dress it up and clean it up. First off, you have add tag as just a buyer, but that's a really general tag and that's good to have. You probably also want to tag them as calming the fire. So you know not only did they buy, but exactly what they bought as well.
Okay.
And you can just add another tag there, calming the fire. And a lot of times too with tags, Danielle, I use short. Well, hold on. We just changed that up. Let's make it buyer. Yes. And then I like to use short form in my tagging. Yeah, look at you. Genius. Update. Okay. That's perfect.
Enroll
and look at you. Enroll them in the community. Grant community access.
Okay. Oh, I did not build this. Let's not get it twisted. This was y'all's template. Okay.
Well, you have what you need. Just make sure on each of those steps, enroll, make sure it's the right course, community, make sure it's the right community. That's it. Easy peasy. Yeah, go ahead to settings there. We'll double check.
I mean, I'm hoping other people need this stuff.
Oh, yeah. I think this is great for many. And that's the correct course, right?
Yep.
Great. If you were to click
Sure.
that little arrow on the left-hand side, it would
Yeah.
accordion all the stuff and you could see which modules you give them access to.
Okay.
So that's fantastic. Community access, whenever you're done, just check
And this
community
is the
access, make sure it's the right
email that I
community.
need
Yeah. Now, here we have our email. Send email, the
to
first
link
one.
over here.
That email you're probably going to want to
Uh,
dress up.
yeah, for sure. Okay, good. I can do all this. I'm good at email automation.
Great. Great. Just in that first
Oh,
email,
good. I was
confirm
wondering
and
where this
affirm.
focus series was. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, because they come to meetings and la la la. So,
Yep.
okay,
100%.
very good. All
And that's
right.
it. You got the system. Danielle, what I do recommend you do before 5 o'clock, I recommend you
Yes.
go to your order form and run a purchase in test mode. Just ensure that the order form works. Then I would recommend you make the product $1 and you make a live purchase. As
Okay.
long as it works live at $1, it'll work live at $9.97, and your lady will not have to ever put her face in her hands, and you can guarantee it.
Okay. I'm going to ask you one last quick question
Sure.
about the calendar. She's gone, and I've been unable to block off. I went back and forth with tag, blah, 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 blah. I cannot block off certain dates. So I've tried over in Google because it's linked to Google and they're not talking, even though I've linked it. Do you have any workarounds for, because I mean, not every human is available every day forever. Like people go on vacation. So do you have a workaround for how to like block off specific days for availability?
Yeah, you should be able to just block them off. Let's take a quick check.
No, sir. It's a generic. She says that tech's aware of it or dev or whatever. And it's just, this is it. There's no actual dates. So it'd have to be like super manual. Like I'd have to go in and be like, oh, I know that next week she's not here and undo these, but they're live right now. You know, like as of Thursday, I'd have to go in and
But go to your included calendars, please. Click the plus. Yeah, add that calendar.
oh my God, she did
And
not tell me
now they're
this.
going to speak. Just as she blocks off her Google Calendar, now it's speaking back into that.
Bless America. I mean, I went back and forth with this girl. Okay. All right. Done. Thank you.
You got it, Danielle. Good
Y'all.
luck.
Here we go. We're in it.
I love that. Okay, let's hop over to Dr. Kirk. How can I help today, my friend?
Good morning. I wanted to start out with a quick share and just ask maybe a question that would take 1 second.
Oh, you're A-okay.
And that
It's
is, oh,
yours.
that's not what I want. This is what I want. So here, if I advertise on Facebook, now I can't see it right now, but the URL or whatever it's called that I would be giving Facebook is this right up here?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Okay, so then they would put a button and that would be in the button. It would come right to my opt-in page.
Yes.
Great.
Typically in Facebook, learn more is right now, from everything I've seen, learn more is the best button out there.
Learn more better than sign up?
It depends. Split test and see, right? That's one of these things. I wish I had a magic ball. I just don't. Sign up now might be best for your ad and what you're doing, but typically I am seeing learn more be an increase of conversions across the board.
Okay. All right. So shifting gears, when I've tried to practice giving the webinar, I haven't been able to figure out how to be able to see my notes without them being able to see them. Either we both see them or none of us see them.
Do you have two screens?
No, I don't. And I tried to open Zoom for me a little while ago, and I would have to leave this Zoom to open my Zoom.
Correct. Easy fix on that one, Dr. Kurt. Two screens. You have your screen. So, how do I explain this? I can just show you.
Okay.
How would I show you this right now? Oh, let me just do it like this. 2 seconds. And in case anybody's not using two screens right now, I highly, highly recommend it. Two screens. Once you do it, you will never go back. I promise. Okay. I'm gonna disconnect this. Can you guys still hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here, like here's my setup. I have a computer right here, and then I have a camera, a teleprompter, and I have screens above and below. So I can, but that teleprompter, there's a camera, that teleprompter, there's a camera in there, and I made this so I'm locked. I never have to not look at the camera. I'm never looking here. I'm never looking there. I'm never looking away from my people. I can be locked on them at all times. You don't have to have that setup though. Here's what I'd love to see you do. Just have your laptop here and then a second screen right there. And you can have your notes just in a small window right here above your camera because we're presenters. We engage our customers. We create an environment that people want to be a part of. And we cannot do that by looking up here away and above from our customers. So important to keep your eye line close to locked on that camera. So I'd get another screen. I'd lift the screen up a little bit, throw a couple bricks behind it if you need to, right? Put it on some books. I could care less how you do it. They don't ever see it. All they're seeing is what's behind you. So just put another screen there. You can have your notes they'll never see, and you're pumping. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yes. And so that second screen, I would have to do a separate, like an invitation to them and make them administrator or something? Like, how do I
Um,
use two screens?
well, they're never seeing second screen. Do me a
Right. But
favor, Dr. Kirk. Click share at the bottom right now of Zoom. When you click share, a pop-up shows up, and you're only seeing one screen. Actually, we're not even going to get into that yet. I'm going to stop your share. Just click share, and a pop-up shows up, correct?
yes.
You only have one screen. So when you share, you only have the option to share your one screen. But when you have two, you will see multiple tiles in that share screen. And you're going to tell Zoom when you share your screen, you're only going to share your laptop screen. So the customers are never going to see anything on that second screen. You're not sharing it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I promise when you do it, it will make sense. It's hard to imagine it right now, but you're only sharing one screen. The second screen, nobody ever sees anything on it.
But it seems like that second screen would have to be like sort of coordinated with the screen that I'm sharing because, as I'm going from one slide to another, do I have to do that twice, once for each screen, or will they be connected somehow? Does
You
that make
can
sense?
connect. Yes, it makes perfect sense. Let's say you're using Keynote. I typically use Keynote for my presentations. I'm just comfortable with it, but you can do the same thing in Google Slides. They have a presenter mode. And presenter mode allows you to see on screen the current thing that customers are going to see, but you can also see what is coming next. So you can set it up so that in presenter mode, the second screen is showing you the slide that's coming next. But the first screen, the thing that is actually showing the slide, that's all that customers see. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Cool. But that's just for slides. You don't have your notes in your slides, correct?
Not in the slides, but at the bottom of each screen in Google Slides or whatever it's called, Google Presentation or something, you have your slide that you want them to see, and at the bottom you have an area where you can put your notes so that you can see them and they can't.
Oh, okay, I understand. I've actually never done that personally. Anytime I use notes,
So I guess the
I
easy way around that, at least at the beginning, I could just hand write notes and number them, and every time I go to a different screen, I have those notes handy.
yeah, how I do it is I have a Google Doc and I put my notes on my Google Doc and I just have the Google Doc on my second screen. So as I'm going through my slides, I'm just, glancing at the doc and keeping track of where I'm at.
Okay.
Because again, slides at the bottom, if you put your notes at the bottom of your Google Slides, I understand they allow you to do that, but I'm looking at presenting and showmanship here. So if I'm trying to be locked and I'm trying to look at the camera, right? Like I'm trying to engage you, like I'm doing it right now. You know, we come into the camera, hey guys, great to see you here today. And I'm just locked on my camera and I'm never changing, I'm never moving. If I do, it's just my eyes like this and I'm just looking at the next thing coming. So, but if I'm going to be looking at notes, that means new slide comes in and I'm like this. Man, gang, it's so good to have you here today. My name is Dr. Kurt, and I've been a doctor for this many years, right? And I'm looking down here, and I'm looking, and then I come back, and it's like, oh, there's Dr. Kurt. And then we go to the next slide, and I'm back down here. So, the last 27 years, I've discovered one secret that nobody else seems to be talking about, and it's holding you back from everything you need in your life. I'm trying to do it looking down, but I've trained myself to look up. I like can't even do it. So, I would not use those slide notes. I would have a doc. I would keep, again, in my example, let me unplug here. In my example, like when you have two screens, Dr. Kurt, you can set up what's called your screen arrangement. So you can stack one screen on top of the other, and it's really easy to move your mouse up and down. So I would literally have the notes of the slides that I want. I would have it right here on my second screen. And when I hit a new slide, I would just scroll my notes a little. So the notes that I'm currently reading for those slides are always right here, and I'm always locked on that camera.
Okay. Another quick question, please.
Yes, of course.
I'm
My time is
doing
yours.
okay. Well, other people too, but um, I'll be recording courses. Like my program is basically courses. They'll get some supplements for the weight loss program, and I'll once a week I'll do a coaching course with weight loss, and I can do that like we're doing this. But the other courses are all physical, stretching, balance, mechanics of so. How I don't want to have to carry around my laptop to do a Zoom. Is there I don't know how to do that logistically, and I think I'm going to have to change the time that I do these calls so that I can have help rather than I was planning on doing them at 6 in the evening and do it by myself. I don't think that's possible for me to be like getting onto the floor to show a stretch and bringing the camera, bringing the computer with me. Do you have any suggestions on that?
Yes. Pre-make the videos. So like, yeah, I would pre-make the videos and I would have somebody, even if they're just on your iPhone, right? I would have somebody come in and I would have them be my cameraman. And they're going to follow me to the floor. I'm going to do the stretches and I'm going to pre-make these videos. And then when I do my Zooms, I can do my Zoom from a coffee shop or the beach, wherever you want to be. And I'm saying, all right, guys, now we're going to do stretches 1 through 7. This is going to help your your lymphatics system or whatever, right? And then you just click play and you're playing pre-made videos. That way you don't have to be on the floor doing the thing. You're just facilitating the frameworks that you're teaching.
Yeah, oh, that makes sense because what I want to do is each coaching call spend the first 75% of the call talking about why we're doing it, how we're doing it, how you're going to benefit if you do it this number of times a day, this is how many times per year, and what difference it's going to make. Okay, now let's get to the first two stretches, and then I can have that 6 minute or whatever segment pre-recorded. So the
Yes.
actual physical stuff would be pre-recorded, and all the information or teaching elements would be live.
100%, Dr. Kurt. Now you're a one-man show and you're mobile.
Okay. This one also should be real quick. Well, you don't have any pictures behind you. The recordings I've done in the past, especially if I use even simple lighting, there's a glare. Any picture I have that has glass, terrible glare.
Yep.
Just can't figure out. I can raise the lights really high, but I can't angle. I can angle them, but even angling them doesn't get rid of the glare. Just have to
Yep.
get rid of the pictures.
Yeah, get rid of the pictures. I have what's called a backlight here. There's a reason I don't have pictures. And if you look at that 2 Comma Club award.
Yeah.
I can't even get the glare gone. It just glass doesn't work like that. So either take the glass, take the pictures out of the frames and don't use glass, or you can try and play with backlighting so that the light is more so reflecting off itself and it should remove a little bit of that glare. But glare is really difficult to get rid of. I would just remove the glass.
Okay. Thank you.
You got it. You sure there's no more questions?
I'll have more. Yeah, this is a quick question, maybe also. I'm gonna do my first inaugural call or a Zoom call a week from Thursday, so October
Great.
2nd. How do I invite people from ClickFunnels to, anybody who wants to join? How would I do that?
What do you mean, like
My
colleagues
first
of yours?
webinar.
Yeah, but what do you mean you want to invite? You mean like colleagues, like people in the One Funnel Away
Yes.
Challenge?
Yeah, like people on this call or anybody else who wants to give me feedback or
Yeah,
or is curious about things I've been talking about for the last couple of weeks.
yeah, great question. I don't know if it goes against terms. I don't think
I
it
thought
does.
in Prime Movers, I thought they encouraged that, but maybe not. I thought so.
Are you in Prime Movers?
Yes.
Go. Go there. They have a whole thread. Go there, post your link, post the times, and guaranteedly you'll get people to watch. I don't think it goes against our terms. Don't quote me on that because, to be honest, I'm a bull in a china shop and I rarely pay attention to terms. I'll deal with consequences later. But anyway, um, you can go to our Facebook page, ClickFunnels, parentheses, official, end parentheses. That's our main Facebook page. And you can just go there and say, hey guys, my name's Dr. Kurt. I'm doing my very first webinar. The webinar is going to be about this topic. So you might have people just interested in the topic, but say, I'd really love feedback from anybody who just enjoys webinars. This is my first one ever, and I just want to serve my customers at the highest level I can. So if anybody's interested in watching and would like to provide feedback to me, it would be unbelievably valuable to my life and my family's life and my children's children. So if you'd like to join in, please click this link below. And that's just the URL of your webinar opt-in page.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Awesome. You got it, Dr. Kurt. Great stuff, man. Okay, I'm gonna hopscotch a little bit. Tatiana, I have not had a chance to speak to you in a while. Great to see you again. How can I help today?
Hi, coming up, coming up, coming up.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
was about to say she's running back to her laptop right
I
now.
know I thought it was second to last. 1 second. I'm putting the video, the camera is switching on, slightly glitching, but it's coming up on. Can you see me?
There we
Oh,
go. Hey,
sorry.
Tatiana.
I've got one background as well. I had you on.
Nice.
Hi, nice to see you all. I've got a really quick question. I've been away for a few months and I'm completely lost. I've got this FOMO, fear of missing out. So, is it everything still the same? So we have one funnel away challenge for
Yep.
the normal one, right? The 2 pops. We still have the VIP,
Yep. That's right.
and you still have the other calls, the supporting calls for the without the VIP as well, or it's just VIP? Because
It
I don't
is
even know how I got in here.
it is just VIP. To get these calls and to get your daily coaching where you have direct access to myself, that
Yeah,
is VIP. You can
perfect.
be in general admission. I stream all of these into general admission. I upload all these recordings. So you never truly miss out. You can still learn from colleagues and grow. But yeah, if you want to do the thing that you're used to doing, that's just VIP access.
And still try on Tuesdays. Is that still
That's
going
right.
on?
Trey on Tuesdays. He's actually going to be here in 18 minutes.
Okay, and on Mondays, what do you have on Mondays? You used to have something on Mondays.
Mondays is just, I actually have daily coaching now, Tatiana.
You
Uh,
do?
yes. So I used to have multiple sessions. I do not have multiple times anymore. Coaching is daily, Monday through Friday, starting at 11 a.m. and it goes until 12 o'clock. Tuesday from 12 to 1, Trey comes up for Ecom. Friday from 12 to 1, Russell comes up for Expert. But
So
Monday through
that's
Friday, you get me every single day, 11 to 12.
for 30 days VIP, right?
That's exactly right.
Okay, and how do I, sorry, I don't even know how, because I've tried for a little bit, like try out all the links that I had and this link and that link, and then it says to go to members area. Is that how I access here? Is that at the members area? Through the members area
Yes,
channel?
when you go VIP, you get access to a specific VIP group. It's not just the One Funnel Away Challenge group. It's a special private VIP group. And all of your links, all of your access, all of everything is in that VIP group.
Okay, cool. Because I step away, it was supposed to be a few weeks, it turned out to be a few months. and I felt like I can just jump in back in again. I just like, no way. I was like, you know when people like kind of stop and they hope to go back in again, and they feel like they can just continue the trade.
Yes.
Absolutely, it's like a thousand steps backwards now.
Yep.
I feel like I have to restart the whole thing again because I'm completely, you feel like you're not going to ever forget, but I'm just like completely clueless and again. So I am going to join you again for the 30 days.
Great.
I just wanted to see if they still the same structure because sometimes you change one funnel away challenges, you have new versions, new programs coming up. I saw this book, I'm also on the Prime Move, and then I saw this other thing coming up with the 1257, which I am also on it. The reading club every day.
Yep.
And I was just thinking so much going on. So, and I just wanted to have a little 2 minutes quick word with you, just to make sure there's nothing else that I need that is happening that I'm not in it. No,
No,
that's it.
not at all.
Perfect.
I love the book club personally because
Yeah.
I believe the number one thing we could do as entrepreneurs is read 10 pages a day. It unlocks wisdom for us. So I love that as you doing that. I don't think that's a distraction. So yeah, do the book club, do OFA, and cut out everything else.
And
Anything
secrets,
else
and
is a
secrets of success
distraction.
as well.
Sorry, say again.
Secrets of success as well.
Yes, sure. But does that get your funnel launched or does that just give you information?
That are kind of, I think that helps with foundation, which is me. I think
Sure.
it helps me with mindset, which helps me with the structure. As
Yes.
it's just not a question of doing stuff for the sake of doing it. I think kind of primes me, to become the person that I need to be in order to do the right funnels to represent me authentically, I think.
I agree with that. I agree with that to an extent, Tatiana, but momentum builds. Like you said, you're not alone. Everybody that stops does the same exact thing you did. They come back months later and they say, I feel like I'm back at square one.
Yeah,
Momentum builds. And if we're not constantly pushing momentum, momentum also falls. So, what is
yeah,
momentum? It is just movement. Movement makes momentum. So we have to make movement every day. And as much as I love Secrets of Success is not movement for your business and doing the things that you need to do right now today. Launch your funnel. Call your customers. Go fail. Go stumble. Go make mistakes. Go do the thing. Take action. Move. Then, when your funnel's live, when your business is collecting customers or not collecting customers, then Secrets of Success becomes really important for you.
okay,
I'm not
perfect.
kidding,
Okay,
Tatiana. I want the best for you. Book
yes,
club,
absolutely.
OFA, launch. Your goal must be to get your funnel live and out there in front of the world. That's the
Yeah,
goal. And anything that does not help you get closer to that goal is a distraction. It's a woman in a red dress or a man in a black suit. Call it whatever you want. It's nonsense. It doesn't matter whatsoever. Cut it out. Get back to doing the things that get you towards your goal.
perfect. You just absolutely. Thank you so much. You pumped me in again. Your energy is so contagious. Thank you so much. So yes, I don't really have any questions. I'm just like starting again. So I'll see
Great.
you.
That sounds
Perfect.
amazing, Tatiana. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Hey, let's hop over to Leah. I want to hear all about it. We did big things. Let me hear, Leah. How'd it go?
Hey, it went really well. It was very fun.
Good.
I only made one sale through the funnel.
Okay.
I did sell this scholarship course. I made
Great.
one,
Congratulations.
which I'm very excited about.
Yes.
Now I've sold four total, but three were paid differently. Like I was at a college fair and they just handed me a credit card. So I've now sold it four times. But since it's
Amazing.
roughly $500, I'm like, yay, I've made $2,000 on the course. But the test prep package that the person bought, because I normally average around 15 to 20K at each college fair, they just happened to walk by the Horton test prep table, and so they hand me a credit card. I was like, both excited, but oh man, I wanted it to go through the funnel because I know that sounds so silly because I don't know, but Anyway,
It doesn't sound silly at all. You're like, I worked hard on this thing and I want to see you
no,
guys do
use
it.
the
And
funnel.
yeah.
This is what I found out though, since I was only allowed 30 minutes to talk.
Mm.
I thought that that was enough time to develop the know, like, and trust factor, and I don't think it was. I think in a webinar, I can elongate it. And even though I only did the pitch at the end, I was giving a ton of good, solid content all the way there. My husband went with me to New York because he was like, "Ooh, Columbia University, let's go." But he felt like it was a little pitchy during the whole time. And so I hope I need to tweak that because I don't want it to be, oh, I'm selling me the whole time. So I think part of that was my presentation. I went through, Russell's perfect webinar slides and I tried to do an abbreviated version, but I don't think I fully understand the concept of overcoming the internal or external disbelief in my industry as far as test prep. So my first question was, what does that mean, right? And then I wanted to see if you could help me. I think I must have created two workspaces because it shows I have two teams and I don't. It's just me.
Cool. We'll go check out the workspaces in a second. Let's talk internal and external beliefs.
Okay.
You deal with high school and college students, correct?
It was mainly just high school. Now,
Okay.
right in time, I'll sell the scholarship course because you can earn scholarships all through college. But right now, my client is parents of high schoolers.
Right, right. Okay. So, what is an internal belief that high schoolers believe about themselves? An internal belief is a thing that they tell themselves. Like,
That
for
they're not a
instance,
good test taker and they can't score high on the SAT.
and why can't they score high? Why are they not a good test taker? Let's get to the root of that. Is it because they think they're dumb? Is it because they think they were born with a brain that doesn't work properly?
They think they're not good test takers. These kids sometimes are 4.0 or 4.5, GPA, but they don't understand that it's one thing to have a grade in an academic class, right? That's very different than a grade test score that truly is testing skills kindergarten through 12th grade. And that's why you've got these 4 point something students scoring national average or below on the college entrance exam. So their internal disbelief is, oh, I'm not a good test taker. That's really not true. They're just not a prepared test taker.
Boom, there it is. So that's the internal belief that and then we're gonna share a story about that, right? So I'm gonna make this up because I was the worst student in the world back in the day. I was an athlete. All I cared about was scoring goals and making people laugh. So let me throw some numbers out there that are not true. But as I was growing up, as I went through high school, I had a 3.8 GPA. I thought I was doing really well. I thought I was able to study. I was definitely feeling like I was learning the information. I would go to my third-party clubs and people who were interested in the same topics. And as we're having conversations, I felt like everybody was like, wow, Dante, you really know your stuff. You really know what you're talking about. I'm sharing concepts that are low level for me, but for others, it's like, wow, it's blowing their mind. But when I would go take a test, I'd score so low. I never took a test that I felt like reflected my actual knowledge and how much work I've put into learning these things. That's an internal belief, and we're going to attack those internal beliefs, right? And then it'd be a call out. Hey, you in the crowd, raise your hand if you feel like that. Hands go up. It's like what Russell does. Are you guys getting this? We have to have callbacks to our customers to keep them engaged. So
Engagement.
the internal beliefs are the internal beliefs that the people believe about themselves. I'm not a good test taker is a great internal belief. I bet that's the only one you need to hang your hat on there.
Okay.
Then,
Sort of understood that one. I was like anticipating that was the answer. What is an external disbelief?
an external disbelief is the external disbeliefs put on us by others, whether it be our parents, when we bring home a bad test score and our parents say, you're never going to get this right. It may be the teachers or the tutors that we're working with, or maybe somebody goes to a tutoring session and the tutor becomes frustrated. And out of the tutor's frustration, they say the words to that student, you're just not good at this. This isn't for you. And now that student has taken that external belief, and that's something that they think about every single day. And that is how they operate. When they hear of a new test coming up, the external belief hits their mind, and they hear that tutor saying, "You're not going to ever be good at this." And then sure enough, the brain finds what it focuses on. So now they're taking their test, and because of the external belief, they're not having the success that they're meant to have.
Okay, so the external disbelief is somebody else's opinion about your ability to do it?
Many cases, yes.
Okay. And for the student, it would be either a teacher or even a parent that didn't affirm that they could learn it?
Yes. 100%. 100%. Yep.
Okay. You know what's funny? Because I speak at homeschool conferences across the nation too. And I always talk about the whole growth mindset versus fixed mindset, which by the way, I used to really poo-poo that idea, going, the Tony Robbins, right? Now I'm a huge Tony Robbins fan.
Me
But
too.
I don't think I understood it, right? The growth mindset as a teacher, which by the way, my daughter made these for me. Super excited. I don't know if you can see it,
Oh, I
but
love those.
I'm a teacher, right? You can learn it. But that's the whole truth of the growth mindset, right? And I'm having to freaking remind myself that all the time with this tech stuff, going, "Oh, I can learn it." Like, because the truth is you can, right? But the fixed mindset when it comes to these high school students is, oh, I could never do that. I could never be that, right? I could never fill in the blank anything they think is hard, which, you know, I could never be a brain surgeon, right? All that means is they don't have the skills to perform brain surgery now. Well, I said that in a talk, and a student came up to me afterwards and actually told me this. She said, "Hey, I want to be a nurse." And I told my grandmother and I told my aunt that, and they're like, "Oh no, that's really hard major. You should choose something easier." And I remember being blown away that somebody, within her own family told her that. Is that an example that I should use? That's an example of the external disbelief, isn't it?
Yes, it is, Leah. It's a beautiful example of an external disbelief.
Okay, got it.
Beautiful example. And you're hitting the nail on the head. Like, limiting beliefs is really what you're talking about here. I used to be rife with limiting beliefs. I used to have a belief that my brain is like spaghetti junction. I watch others think, and they acquire information. It goes down a straight line road, and it parks the car in the right garage, and it stays organized. And I used to look at my brain and say my brain is like spaghetti junction, which is a road in Atlanta. If you guys are unfamiliar, there's like 17 different highways that all spaghetti around each other. And like I would be like, oh, well, when I acquire information, I feel it rolling around in there, and I have such a hard time recalling the information. Well, that's how I talked about myself forever. And sure enough, what the brain seeks, what you seek, what the brain finds, what you seek. So years later, after I learn about limiting beliefs, guess what? I just had I just had to go relearn how to learn. I had to relearn how I learn the best way for me. And then it turns out my brain is my biggest blessing. It is spaghetti junction. I wasn't wrong, but it allows me to recall tons of different information and hopscotch to all these things. If my brain wasn't spaghetti junction, I wouldn't be able to do the things I do for you guys here today. If I had straight line garages, I would never be who I am. So thank God Russell brought up limiting beliefs. Thank God I learned about internal and external, and I was able to shift the way that I'm looking at myself. You're hitting all the nails on all the heads. Continue to think about these conversations you've had with customers. You've had so many conversations with students. They've already told you all the internal beliefs, all the external beliefs. Now we're just pulling stories that are going to resonate with the masses. And it's trial and error. You go do a speech and you share stories, and maybe some are good and help move people, but maybe some are bad. You take out the ones that are bad, you take out the ones that people don't resonate with, and you input more stories until you just find a beautiful storyline that resonates with everybody.
Okay, I feel solid on that.
Good.
And I'm very thankful. Let me see if I can get your help on a couple things.
Some workspaces.
Yeah. All right, let's go to.
Let's just open up. Oh, I see you.
No, I was trying to. Right, that's not the thing I wanted to show.
Yeah, open up a new browser tab.
A new browser over here.
Yep.
Remove.
And then just type my click. Oh, that didn't open. Click that little plus again in the top right. And now type myclickfunnels.com. Bingo. Okay, let's go check out your workspace. Bottom left, workspace settings.
But there seems to be like,
Oh, sorry, you said you have multiple workspaces.
yeah, like why?
Down there at the very bottom left, click that little workspace. Yeah, click that. Uh-huh. And you do have two workspaces.
Didn't know I did.
Yep. You on if I had to guess, the plan that you're on actually gives you three workspaces. Excuse me. How we intend workspaces to work is think of a workspace like its own business in its own like let's say you have a business park. That's a row of buildings and they're segmented, so each business has its own area. That's exactly what workspaces are. You have three workspaces, which are like three separate businesses you can run. Each workspace A is for business A. The domains, the payment gateways, the funnels, the courses, the communities, the calendars, all things for business A are in workspace A. Workspace B is for business B. All the customers, all the sales, all the products, all the funnels, all the courses. Now you can keep things beautifully segmented so that each business has its own business. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand. And I feel like I sort of have two businesses right now, test prep and then this scholarship course,
Yep.
because I have companies of test leaders of test prep companies are wanting to sell my scholarship course and they'll be an affiliate. So how do I change that? Which one has my course?
Well, that would probably be the one that we're in right now. Let's just go back to your course. Go two browser tabs left.
Go up here, left.
No. Two browser tabs, like that guy.
Oh, got
Yeah.
it.
And this is the course, correct?
Yes.
Is this the course that you want to have people be able to sell?
Yes.
Okay, great. Right down here, we can see the workspace that this course is currently in. So click that for me, bottom left, please. It's this. That's the workspace. Let me delete now so you can see. That's the workspace that course is in.
The one that's yellow.
Correct.
Okay, I didn't even know I'd created two. All right. Can I go change the other one and just change it to the Wharton test prep? So I
Of
like
course you can. Yes, of course you can. Just go to your team settings, I believe. I think we can do it right from there. Yes.
I'm clicking that. Okay.
And then team workspaces on the left-hand side right here. Okay. Excuse me. I just forgot the name of your workspaces. Are these the two workspaces? I think they are. No,
But
these
they're
might,
saying they're ended, so I don't even understand that.
right. These might just be. Oh, I think I'm incorrect. Sorry, back in the top left.
Up here, team.
Back. Right up
Back
there.
up here. Got it. And again?
Yeah, but use this little back button right there. Yeah.
Oh, that back. Okay.
Beautiful.
Your head was on top of it. Okay.
Oh, get my ugly mug out of there. We don't need that.
Okay. Again?
Yes, please again.
It's not doing anything.
Try one more time. Okay, now it's like locking you in here because of a subscription. Okay, 2 seconds. Let me try something else. Open up a new browser tab, please. Myclickfunnels.com. Once you type my, it should pop up. There you go. Enter. Oh my goodness. And now it's locked in here. Bottom left, click that. Is that top one the main workspace?
I don't know.
It is. It is.
Okay.
That is the main workspace. Okay, Leah, two things. In the interest of time, just because it's 12 o'clock and our man
Yeah.
Trey is here. If you would like, feel free to get with tech support. They can go in there and they can manually change the names and make sure it's all done perfectly. Or if
Okay.
you just hang out till oh my gosh, I have a meeting at 1:10 today. I'm sorry, Leah. If you just want to get with
No,
tech
I'll come
support,
back tomorrow. I'll come back tomorrow.
or that'll work too. Yes, that'll work great.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome. Congrats on the sales. Super proud of you. It's
Thank
amazing.
you.
You got it. All right, gang. You know what time it is. 12:03 on a Tuesday. That means Trey Day. What's going on, Trey?
What's up, buddy? Good to
Good
see you.
to
One
see
second.
you, man.
I'm running behind the 8 ball, so hold on a second. I'll be on camera here in 1 second.
That's okay. Take your time. I missed you like a fat kid misses cake. I'm so excited for this.
You must be talking about me.
I'm talking about me.
I love cake, bro. Chocolate cake, you know what's that? 2 seconds, but I can hear you, so go ahead. What do you
Cool,
got?
man. Well, this is great to be here. I'm excited to talk ecom. It's Q4. So, like, the ads, I'm already seeing ads like crazy starting to flood my YouTube and everything. And I don't know about you guys, but I've been taking notes of some great little examples, some great inspirations for hooks out there and trending products all over the place. It's just, this is Super Bowl time right now. We have months of it. I'm jacked up. How do you guys feel about Q4 right now? Like, I'd love to know in the chat your honest answers, what you're really feeling. Are you jacked up about Q4? Are you excited to enter Q4, which is the Super Bowl of ecom? Or are we maybe feeling a little anxious? We feeling a little nervous? We feeling maybe a little behind the ball? Yeah. Jacked all kinds of up. I love that. Love that. Rick is ready. I love that.
Rick is ready.
Annie, Olivine, Charlie, Doug. I know you guys are ecom. Olivine, look at you right on target. Q4 excited, baby. Love this.
There we go. Oh, we'll do that. Perfect.
Love this.
All right, let's see. See if we're good to go here. Oh wait. Yes. I'm running between places.
I feel your pain. I had today a Zoom error that I've not seen in my 7 years of doing this, and it was wild. I'm just glad to be here today. Whoa!
There we go.
Okay.
There we go. Now we're back. Now we got Einstein today.
Einstein with the CEO shirt. If you guys don't know, that shirt is legendary in our community. Trey launched that shirt years and years ago. Also, a really cool sticker, CEO to put on your laptops. I have like 7 of them. I've never.
Oh
opened.
yeah, we did that. We did that, didn't we? I
Yeah,
forgot,
you
I forgot
did.
about
Of course, you did.
that. Yeah, we had that. Is this the mic on? I think this is the one that's on, right?
Yeah, you sound great.
All right. Now we're ready to do some business.
Ka-chow.
Ka-chow. Let's go. All right, let me put you guys over here so I can actually look like I'm looking at you. There we go. Now we're doing something big. Dude, I'm excited. Like we talked about, we were talking about this the other day actually in the team meeting is, I think you said it, you mentioned it where Costco, maybe that was the wife that was talking about how Costco already has Christmas coming out. Was that you that was saying that? Or was that
Yep. Well, I think we talked about it.
There we go.
Oh,
about
look at him. What is that? A little monitor on a stand? Right
Yeah, like it's in the vision. They'll be all right. But I want to make sure I'm talking to you, so that makes it look versus like, over side screen. But yeah, dude, everybody needs one of these shirts.
Who was I
Needs one.
just talking to about this? Who was I just talking to about this? I'm losing my marbles. I can't remember. We just had somebody in here who's an expert doing webinars, and I was Dr. Kurt. Thank you, Vlad. I was just showing this to Dr. Kurt.
What were you showing?
Just how to have showmanship and how to set up your screens. Like for instance, I was showing I don't know if you can see me or not because I spotlighted you. I was showing how to have a computer right here and then have webinar notes right here, so we're always locked in that camera, and I was showing my setup where I have my screens and then I have my camera, but we're always locked. We're being showman.
Showman. It's the best showman. The greatest showman. That's
the greatest showman. That's what it is.
The greatest showman. No, this is actually this studio was actually inspired by Grant Cardone when he pulled out his. big TVs. This is actually 6 TVs. He has 6, 7, 8, 9. He has 10, 2 corners. But my studio isn't that big, so we can keep extending. Mine actually like falls into a kitchen, so this is like half kitchen, half studio, which means I have to lock the doors and tell everybody they can't cook their pancakes because Trey's online. Otherwise, versus directional mics, so you can't hear the sizzling. I had one employee, he would fry eggs over here while I was on Zoom calls, and luckily, I mean, you couldn't hear the eggs being cooked. But it's pretty funny. I was like, this is fantastic. So you just never know. Cameras are an amazing thing. Like the angle that you're able to see versus what it actually looks like is 2 completely different things. But we're in the show business, so that's what we're here for you guys, and make sure it works. Man, there's a lot of stuff that is that's moving and grooving right now. With AOVs and everything like that. I think it'd be really good. I was on a call earlier.
I'm silly. What's AOV stand for?
Oh, sorry. Yes. Average order value. AOV is average order value. And I think it'd be really good. It was actually brought up in one of my earlier calls this morning. And now I'm kind of thinking about it. It'd be probably really good to go over just again, because right now we're entering Q4. October 1st starts that whole, shindig off. And what I found is, myself included, when I first got started, is I'm just throwing spaghetti at the wall, trying to figure out like what I do for order bumps. Like they tell me I need to raise my AOV. So the only way I know how to do that is to throw stuff and add more products and just add random stuff that, hopefully raises that AOV. And twofold to that is, can you raise your AOV? Yes. But really what we're trying to raise is our profit. Because the more profit that we're able to raise, the more we can spend on advertising, right? So sometimes we throw things in our funnel, and I'm going to give you guys live examples of this, but the principle is we throw something in our funnel to raise the cart, and it looks good. Like, hey, we're getting a 5% take rate. We're, out of every 100 orders, we're getting 5 of those sold. Okay, let's keep it in the bunch. But when we do the math around it, which is what I'm going to show you guys today, when we do the math around it, it's actually sucking the energy out of the company. It's actually costing us money. So I think it'd be really cool to show you that math and how we kind of go about that when we're looking at what products do we add to our funnels. And so without further ado, I will share my screen.
Let's do that.
Because this is going to be really great for Q4, because you're going to want to maximize as much money as you can out of your funnels. And this will help you do that, especially when deciding what is going to be the next product.
Yeah, and I thought my goal was just sell products. So if I'm selling products, how am I making a mistake?
All right, let's go over it. Let's see. Dante, what's your niche? Who are we selling to?
Man, let's sell to fishermen.
Ooh, fishermen. Okay. So we got the fisherman niche. What are you selling as your primary product?
My primary product is going to be my custom swim bait head, my custom lure.
Oh, lure? Okay. How do you spell lure? L-O-U...
L-U-R-E.
L-U-R-E. Well, lure. There we go. Primary lure. All right. So that's the main thing. That's the goal. That's the front end, free plus shipping and or, premium offer. Perfect. Okay, cool. So you guys know how to do that. That's all working fine. So that's your front end offer. So we're not going to touch that. But what we
my front end offer is converting well. What conversion metric would we look for? Let's say it's converting well. So what's my conversion?
6 to 10% on the order form.
Great.
Yeah, 6 to 10, 6 to 8, 8 to 10, somewhere in there. 6 to 10% on the order form. We got that. Bam, we're freaking moving. All right. So then now we want to bump up that AOV, because obviously going into the primary months, guess who else is coming knock on the door? Is everybody in the marketplace going to eat that ad spend up, right? Impressions are going to go up in cost. Advertising is going to rise. And with that, we need more profit to be able to afford conversions. You will see the posts You can pretty much always call it. You can see the post about to come in, which is going to be, October, November is ad costs are rising. Conversions are costing so much. This is when Facebook raises their prices because there is more traffic online. People are shopping more. So they're able to raise their prices on a CPM because people are converting. So even though the price is higher, you're still getting conversions around the same price now, if you will. But what's funny is going into January, they don't ever lower the price back. They stick to that price. And so going into 2026 is you'll have to now figure out how to squeeze even more profits out of your funnel for 2026 than you would have had to for 2025. So that's why this stuff right here I'm teaching you is so important to have in your back pocket, really because no one knows this stuff. Maybe the 2% of ecom sellers know this. This is how they win. But this is what you do. So you have lures. You're selling lures, which is awesome. How about we sell fishing line with our lures as an order bump? All right. So fishing line. How many feet do we need in a fishing line? What's common? 500 feet.
250 yards.
Even better. 250 yards. Okay. 250 yards a line. What are we going to sell that for?
1997.
Okay, 1997. What is your cost for that fishing line?
Well, let's say 997.
Okay, so 997. So it costs you $10. So that leaves us with what, $10? 999.97. Is that 10? Yeah, $10 even. All right, so our $10 even is our profit. So the first number I'm looking for is when I sell one of these products on my order bump, what is my profit? Okay, so we figured that out. The other piece of the math equation that we want to know is what is going to be my conversion rate? Now, of course, this is a guess. This is an estimate until you have real data you don't know. If you have real data, it's even better because then you can eliminate these order bumps. But let's just say 10% take it.
Sure.
Is that a fair number?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's
Let's
very
say,
fair.
Okay, so let's say 10%. So now, my friends, what we're going to do now, this is the best equation ever, is you take profit of the item and you multiply it by the conversion cost. And what that's going to do is it's going to show you how much leverage that's going to add to your average order values profit, your average order values profit. So it's going to be, this is really easy numbers, but $10 times 10%, which equals $1. So what that $1 represents is $1 of profit is added now to every order. Every order. So by someone grabbing a fishing line and only 10% taking it, the amount of profit that we're adding is $1 for every order, which isn't really like that big of a lever, right? So Trey, how do you get that math? Let me just kind of draw the math out a little bit further. So that way you can see why this equation works. So let's say I have 100 buyers, right? 100 people bought my fisherman lure. Is fisherman one word?
It is.
Fisherman. Primary lure. So we know 100 buyers bought that, right? And then they have the choice to buy a 250-yard fishing line. Well, we know of the 100 buyers, only 10 bought the fishing line, right? That was said here. Our conversion is 10%. All right. Well, if we know that, then 10 buyers times 997, which is our profit. So 997, which would equal $90.97. So we added to our entire clump of orders of 100 people $99.97. Well, if we divide $99.97 divided by all the buyers, which was 100, guess what that equals?
$1.
$1, which is the same amount we got here. Cool. So that's why that equation works. So you just basically take your profit times your conversion cost. That'll get you what you're adding for every order for each buyer. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for those levers to increase our profits. So this one, in this case, all right, it's $1. Cool. Let's try something different. So we're going to mark this one in yellow as an order bump. So this is why I love this exercise, because quickly, efficiently, without spending money, without taking the time to add this into our funnel, rather quickly we can know, does it really move the needle at all? Like, is this a needle mover for us? It's $1. It's $1 in profit. I don't know. Let me see if I can get something better. Well, what else do we know about the year? We know that hoodies are coming in style, right? So you guys should all have hoodies on your order bump. Oh, Trey just told me I need hoodies. I should add to my order bump. But wait. Does it fit the equation? Does it add to our profit? So let's just say we're selling hoodies for $39.95. I think you can get a hoodie pick pack ship for $22. So what's that leave us? $17.95. This is kind of nice how it does that. $39.95 minus 22, $17.95. On hoodies, we see about a conversion of 15%. So 15%. Okay, what's that give us? $17.95 times 0.15 equals $269. Okay, my friends, that is better. That's 169% better than the fishing line. So see, by just a simple little equation, quickly we can figure out if we should be implementing these different types of offers for our audience. Now let's do something even more fun. I'm going to take this equation off because you guys know this now. You can show your math teacher later. So now, what if, watch this. What if we have a t-shirt club? And we know that t-shirt club is $29.95. Cost to run a t-shirt is like $12 pick pack shipped. So what's that give us? $29.95 minus 12 is 17. That's funny. $17.95. The same exact number as a hoodie. Conversions usually around the same, 15 to 20% on a take rate. However, it's recurring. So we want to take that into account. And how do we do that? Well, we take our profit, which is $17.95, and we had 15% of the people grab it, so 15%. So that's going to be our month one, right? That's month one. But then we have to add in month two. So $17.95 times the 15% that grabbed it in month one times the 80% who sticked. So I'm taking this times 80%. So this is month two. 80% of month one continued to become a member in month two. And then we want to take in consideration those who stuck for a third month. And all we do is add that times another 0.8. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking the first month to get the third one. The first month times 0.8, which is 80% stuck the second month, times 80% again, which is 80% of the 80% for month three. And then I'll do one more for month four, and we'll run this out 4 months. And you just do that again times 0.8. So 3 months, right? So that's your 4 months journey. So if you do that, that equals not 0.8. Let me grab that equation real quick. That equals, oh, I did something wrong. Oh, wait.
Is it because you have percent after the 0.15?
Yeah, I think so. Thanks, Charlie. There we go. Now it's coming alive. There we go. Cool. All right, so this is going to equal, I believe that's right, $7.95 in profit. So this right here adds $7.95 profit per order. So what I like to do now is I sort them in the order of which gives me the most value. So knowing that, $7.95 is my best. So it's going to go at the top. The hoodie is the second best, and the fishing line is the third best. So now, watch this. I have 3 order bumps. all of which this one's getting a 15% take rate. This one's getting a 15% take rate, and this one's getting a 10% take rate. So people are taking these. Some are taking 2, some are taking 3, some are taking none, some are taking 1. But all together now, of the 100 buyers, I've added $7.95 plus $2.69 plus $1. So these 3 order bumps give me an additional $7.95 plus taking you guys to church today, plus $2.69 plus $1. So that's $11.64. So a total of $11.64 is what I have added in profit per order to this page that was selling primarily lures on the front. And my friends, this is just the order form. We haven't even done upsells yet, or even on thank you offers. So this is why this math is so important to have in your back pocket, is all it is conversion cost times profit. And you can see quite quickly how much additional profit you're able to add with these 3 order bumps. Now, a couple things here is we know that it adds $11.64. Maybe, ironically, Facebook ads were costing us $8, $10 for a conversion. So now these 3 order bumps wipe out our entire Facebook ad cost, meaning every lure that I convert is profit. Every upsell from here that I convert is profit. So my ad spend is taken care of only solely from my order bumps. Pretty cool, right? This is how you win the game. This is how you win. This is a college education course for a beautiful September 23rd. So you will do this same math, these same equations for your upsells. So if you're selling more of the same, if you're doing an upgrade, if you're doing a recurring, you're going to do the same process here that we just did with the order bumps. Just pretend that these are upsells versus order bumps. The math is the same. It works the same way. And you're adding more profit, right? Now, as you saw, I just did an assortment, right? I sorted the order bumps in the way that I'm showing them the most profitable order bump first. You want to apply that same logic to your upsells. So if upsell number 3 is making you the most profit by using this equation, you want to drag that upsell number 3 and make it upsell number 1. Because there's fall off. If you watch your numbers through your statistics or analytics, you will notice people fall off from step of upsell 1 to upsell 2. They fall off from upsell 2 to upsell 3. If you watch someone on stage and they show you their upsell path and they continue 100 buyers all the way down through upsell 1, 2, and 3, they're lying to you. That is never the case. Never. I've never seen it. Whereas what you want to see is drop off. Because they'll say, oh, this one converts at 20%, this one converts at 50%, this one converts at 10%. And they're taking 100 times that number. 100 times 20, 100 times 50, 100 times 10. Those aren't right. That's a lie. What it actually is a decreasing amount. Like 98 people of the 100 saw this one. 89 people of the 98 saw this one. 85 of the number saw this one. And so it's now 88 times that conversion. Not 100. And if you watch, ClickFunnels Analytics actually show those accurate numbers. So good thing ClickFunnels did the numbers correctly. But that's what we're looking for. So then why are you, Trey, why are you putting the best converting to the top? Because the most people see it. So what you're seeing as the best converting now will actually make you even more money when you push it to the top, because instead of 85 people seeing it, now 98 people see it.
Right.
You might get 1 more sale or 2 more sales. All these little things, guys, these small tweaks make or break you. That's why they're so important. So important to know. It took me years to figure this stuff out. You guys are getting it handed on a silver platter. The next thing we want to do, so if you thought that was good, the next thing we're doing is we're fighting our control. So now we know by these 3 order bumps which one converts the best, which one has the highest profit margins, but also which one is the slowest cow in the herd. Because the herd can only go as fast as the slowest cow. So if we eliminate the slow cows, then we can speed this bad boy up. So this right now, this fishing line, sorry, Dante, this fishing line is your slowest cow in the herd, okay? So what we want to do is we want to try to replace this, try to split test this, try to, change things around. So maybe I say, hey, those primary lures, maybe, we can upgrade those to maybe you do a warranty, maybe you do a 3-year warranty. Hey, if you snag it, lose it, it breaks, whatever, we'll replace it. And we'll do that for 3 years. So let's do a 3-year warranty. And the 3-year warranty for that is, let's call it, I don't know. I saw mine 3 years for 15. So $15. How much does a warranty cost us?
It's air. Nothing.
0. That's a beautiful thing. So $15 profit. So 15, let's change the numbers here. 15 times a 10% conversion equals now $1.50. So even though it's air, even though it's profit, even though it's converting at 10%, it still undermines the hoodie.
Yes.
So it's still our lowest converter. So now if I'm like, okay, shoot, I can play with the numbers. So I can say, well, what if I lower it to $10? Usually when I lower the cost, I increase the percentage. So let's say I go to...
sorry, when you say increased percentage, what do you mean? The take rate?
Yeah, the conversion rate. Yeah, so when I lower the cost, usually the conversion rate increases. So it's kind of like these 2 little, levelers that are kind of like balancing against each other. So the higher the price, the lower the conversion. The lower the price, the higher conversion. So they you got to find that median middle. Like where do they kind of like meet each other? So that's kind of what I'm showing here. Is okay, so now we lowered it to $10, but we got an increase in conversion. So what's that do? Oh, that's funny. It got us to $2. So interesting enough, by lowering the cost, we made more money.
Interesting.
That'll make your head explode.
Interesting. Because I was just going to ask you, what are we trying to do? Are we trying to make the most sales, or are we trying to just make one sale at stupid profit margins? And there's the answer.
There's the answer. So let's just say you sold it at $100 for the warranty.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it's like, okay, how many people are going to grab that? Maybe 1%?
Yep.
Well, what's that do? Goes to $1.
Mm.
So even though I got this huge price out here and I got one person buying it every 100 people, I'm still under 100, like 50% below what I would be at if it was just $10, converting at 20%.
And again, we're talking AOV here, right? We're talking average order value. So gang, just don't forget, this is $1 every order.
Profit.
Yes.
So we're talking about profits. If I was looking at only the average order value, these numbers change because I'm not taking in effect the profit.
Yes.
So like let's back out the hoodie here. So it'd actually be $39.95 times a 15% conversion. So times 0.15. So I'm adding $6 to the actual AOV. But really what it is like I don't know what I had there, 269 or something, like to the AOV profit. So I'll call that, plus.
Sure.
Right. So like that's what we're looking for. Like my goal is how do I gain more profit so I can spend more ads? Because that's what's coming, guys. The storm that is coming, that is upon us, is ads are going to get expensive. So we need to squeeze as much profit as we can out of these funnels. And we do that by simple math. Figuring out what's working. Is this helpful so far?
You guys let us know in the chat. This is blowing my mind.
This is one for the library, for the link tree.
Yes, it is, Trey. You're awesome.
So now this is only half the equation. So this is where you make the money. The other side is where you spend the money. Spent or spend the money, also called debt. So as a owner of an ecom store, goal one is how do we increase the AOV? How do we increase the profit? By selling more, right? But the other side of the coin is how do we make more profit by spending less? Because it's both sides. So I got the customer to spend more with me, but as a company, as my P&L, my profit and loss statement, how do I spend less, which would create a higher margin of profit? Because if I'm spending less and I'm making more, the delta is a wider spread profit margin, right? Okay, so what do I mean by that? You should be calling your Stripe account. You should be calling your PayPal account. You need to call up Stripe and say, hey, my goal for Q4 is to sell X in volume. I'm looking for a reduced percentage or a reduced cost per order. Like Stripe charges like $260, $290 per 2.9%. Guys, that's 3% of your revenue out the door. Freaking out the door as soon as the transaction happened. What if you could lower that to 1.9%, which is very doable, by the way. So you just literally, like overnight, you just increased your profitability by 1%. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but over time, it adds up. Pennies will add to dollars. I had a good friend. He's still my friend. But I had a good friend who was selling, they were selling hats. They were selling, this was back in Trump days. So make America great. What was it? Make America great? Yeah, that was the first hat, right?
Yeah, Make America Great Again hats.
Yeah, it's not again. This was the first one. So it was like Make America.
That's
great.
right.
That was the first one. So they sold those hats. And man, they were doing free plus shipping. They're selling for like $12.95 out the door, like shipped. Ads were like $8. The hats were $5. Like people were buying 2, 3, 4 hats. Like they were just like selling tons of hats. Never called me, by the way. And they were just selling. They're just like, dude, I think they sold like 250,000 hats. Some just outrageous number. So they get to the end of the campaign, and this is when they called me. They said, Trey, somehow we messed this whole thing up. And after all said and done, after all the dust settled, we're negative 15 grand. I was like, how's that possible? And they go, when we did the math, we were off by a nickel. And those nickels added up to negative 15 grand. So they did all that work, all that effort, all that excitement to have a bill, a $15,000 bill at the end of the day.
Wow.
And I was like, bro, like, damn, should have called me. Because, the math matters. The math matters. And you got to just have it dialed into the penny because they were off by a nickel, like literally a nickel. And yeah, just,
like they were selling shirts for $12.95 and they should have sold for $13.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like for every sale, what it come out to find out is for every sale that they did, they're negative a nickel.
Wow.
And they thought they were positive. They did the math wrong. And so yeah, come and find out like they're negative 15 grand at the end of the day, and that whole campaign was a wash.
Wow.
It was a wash, very expensive wash. So that's why, yes, one side of it is like, hey, how do we increase our AOV? How do we get more profit out of our funnel? But the other side is like, how do we save money? How do we reduce our P&L? Like, you guys should have a QuickBooks. You guys should have an accountant. You should have a CPA that, you know, looks over your books once a quarter. Like, just so you can have it in a orderly fashion. And if you're like me, you probably have it in an Excel document and you're trying to kind of keep it all organized, and that just gets crazy and unorganized. And so you'll save money by hiring a CPA who costs you money, but it's actually going to save you money. All right. So I look at my P&Ls. I look at everything. I line item everything. I go through my credit card statements. Every quarter we go through our credit card statements. And I look at how many idiotic subscriptions that I bought on such a day and I forgot about it. And then I've been paying $250 for, you know, VO3, or I've been paying $250 for Google, or I've been paying $100 a month for, you know, whatever. And I'm like, shoot, I forgot all about that. So actually, 1 second, Dante, play some Jeopardy music. All right, I must have lost Dante. But let me just give you guys some real world examples, because I do this every quarter. By the way, if you're like, I'm lazy, I don't want to ever do that, just cancel your credit card every 3 months, and you'll figure out who you need to pay and who you don't. So this exercise took us a day, but this exercise saved us right under $50,000 a year. So we were spending, .com was spending 50 grand in excess of money in subscriptions and renewals and all things a year that we weren't even using. Didn't even need it because we forgot about it. So let me give you some examples. We were paying HubSpot $840 a month, and we realized we weren't using that anymore. Put it to zero. So we saved 10 grand overnight from that one decision. We canceled ClickUp. We have an AWS server. We were paying $1,000 a month on AWS. And come to find out, Trey bought like a lot of domains that we were hosting on different servers through AWS, and they were just out there in the Ethereum and didn't need it. So we brought that down to $250. So we saved 9 grand a year just by shifting our domains over to one server versus many servers. ShipStation, we were paying $500. We negotiated with ShipStation, got to $174 a month. That saved 4 grand a year. Wistia, I had 2 Wistia accounts for whatever reason. You know, one day I got excited and I bought another one because I probably forgot about the first one. $25 a month. That's $300 a year we saved. Cloudflare, we went from 250 to 25 to 0. So we saved $3,300 there. We were using DocuSign. And so now we use Google Sign, I think. So that saved us $2,300 a year. GoDaddy, we eliminated a crap ton of old domains. Like we would grab like domains with an S at the end, .com, .net, like all the things. So we eliminated like 100 domains. I didn't put a number there. Optismo, support, Shopify apps. We had some apps that we weren't even using. So that was $100 a month, saved us $1,200 a year. Typeform, I have no idea what that does, but that was $50 a month we were paying, saved $600 a year. SurveyMonkey, haven't used that for years, because we have Google Forms now, free. But yet for whatever reason, I was still paying for SurveyMonkey. That was $450 a year.
Typeform is surveys, so you were double paying on surveys.
Oh, there you go. So see, I had $600. Oh, okay, so $1,000 a year I just saved because of Google Forms. Thank you, Google. Zap. So anyways, that was like $50,000 a year, guys, that I saved. That if you think about it, I would have to allocate that 50 grand and spread it across all conversions because that is a cost. So by having that extra 50 grand, let's just say, I don't know, $5 a sale that was costing me, or 5 cents or 50 cents, whatever it is, that is an added negative, right, debt to every sale I make. So by relieving that pressure, that friction, that resistance, I am now 50 cents more profitable or $5 more profitable for every sale. So guess where that $5 can go?
Ads, baby.
Ads. Ad spend. So as a company, when we look at the P&L, it's like, hey, this month we were way more profitable. What happened? I was like, oh, yeah. It's like, damn, that's like $4,500 a month that we were just spending for no reason. I've yet to tell my wife about this story, so please keep it within us. She likes expensive things. So that's what I'm saying, guys. Like, you just don't know what your P&Ls are until you dig into them. Or that's like, okay, Trey, like I'm starting a new business. I know my P&L in my head. I can tell you my P&L in my head. It's ClickFunnels, it's Zapier, it's ShipStation, and a fulfillment service. I got 4. I can tell you my P&L off my top of my head. Perfect. But there's those hidden expenses, like a Stripe account that's still wiping away, 2.9% and what is it, like 50 cents or 75 cents per order, right? So every time you do an upsell, they're charging another 70 cents. That adds up. That freaking adds up. PayPal does the same thing. Or you're shipping out, right? You're shipping products through USPS, UPS, FedEx, DHL. When's the last time that you got on a phone call with all 4 and negotiated your rates? Or maybe you're using a warehouse or fulfillment service. When's the last time you got on a phone call with them and said, hey, I'm looking to scale my business. We have history with you. You can see that we're slowly growing. We are looking to continue to grow. We would like to do a 1-year contract where we say we are going to solely use you for our shirts, for our mailing, for our fulfillment, whatever. Can we get a negotiated rate? And honestly, you might be thinking, well, I'm just not that big yet. If you call USPS right now and just say, hey, I'm a new business, they'll instantly cut you a rate. They'll give you a rate cut just because they need your business. UPS and FedEx, they're all fighting for the business, right? So if you give them a reason to stamp the stake in their category or in their yard and say, hey, I'm just going to use you guys, they're going to give you a discounted rate. So that's how we make more money on the left and we create more profit on the right by eliminating debt and increasing our AOV on the left.
Mind blown. It's incredible. All the things, the 50,000 in debt that you were able to clear out, would you consider that a cog?
Oh, of course. Cost of overhead. Cost of goods, cost of overhead. Yeah. Yep. That didn't include any employees. And we've eliminated all employees.
In case you're new to OFA, Trey's talked about this in the past, but in case you're new, he has 0 employees. He's running his business from his cell phone right now.
Cell phone contractors. Yeah, we got a guy in, I don't know where he's at. It's like Niagara. That's how you say it. I don't know. He's like by Greece. Got another guy in Greece. Got another guy in New York. So they're all contractuals month to month. So basically, we have I love the example. I probably should just read it. The Napoleon Hill example of Henry Ford when they're kind of going at him and saying, well, Henry Ford, who's the last president or who's the top 5, I forget the questions, or like, why is the sky blue kind of thing. And he kind of stops him in the track. He's on the stand. He's like, listen, I don't know the answers to your questions. I don't fill my brain with unnecessary information that I can go out and find the information if need be. And you see, I have this row of buttons on my desk, and when I need an answer to a specific subject, I just click that button, and the answer appears to me through human. That's how I get my answer. So if I need to know how many, who the last president was or why the sky is blue, I will push this button, and the answer will be given to me. And I love that scenario. And I've taken that and put that in our business, but instead of buttons, we have levers. So levers that we can speed up or levers that we can pull back. And those levers are like our call center. So our call center is in the Philippines. So during our Christmas months, we push those levers forward because we're going to need more people on the phones, answering questions, customer service, returns, refunds, all the things, right? And then come January, Guess what? We're pulling those levers way back because the sales we got in December are not going to be the sales that we get in January. And we've made that mistake before. You know, we're like, sales are great. Like we're freaking going crazy. The best year ever. January is going to be off the chain. And we're like 100% full forward on the levers through January. And I think it was like 40 grand is what we paid in the call center that month. And the company was negative because the call center was just sitting there, not taking any phone calls because no one was buying like they did in December. So a lot of the profits we made in December got outed in January because we are still full levers forward. So that was a really good learning experience for us is, you know, prepare for the winters. And we actually start preparing for winter in December 1st. So December 1st, we have a 30-day window that we have to give them notice of like, hey, we want to go from, you know, 40 agents to 20 or from 40 agents to 5. And we'll tell them on December 1st. So that way they know January 1st, we're pulling those levers back for 5 to 10 agents. Because we know from the past is like, we don't need 40 agents or 50 agents on the calls in January, but we need them in December. So how do you do that with you know, your business? You know, like, is it ad spend? Like push those levers forward. You know, ad spend is great. We're converting, push them forward. Hey, we need more contractors month to month. We need more designers. We need more content creation. Push those levers forward. You know, like for instance, our warehouse. Well, we have 3 of them that I don't own. There are 3PLs. You know, hey guys, we got a lot of stuff that we're selling. We need you to push those levers forward. You're going to need a lot of people on staff. Make sure it's ready to go. If you watch the Alex Hormozy stuff, there's a documentary of him in a private jet, I think, and he's recording it before the event. So he's like, if you're going to show this recording, then that means we hit our goal, which is 100 million. But they were leaving one of the warehouses that was going to ship the books. And he's like, hey, we're here. Just make sure you guys are, you know, going to be fully staffed and can ship all the books. And they're like, oh yeah, we got like 20 people ready to go. He's like, okay, how many books can you guys ship per person? Like, oh, I think we can ship like 20 books per person. So he's like, okay, so how many hours are they working? And he's like, well, they're going to be on an 8-hour shift. So he does the math in his head. It's like, okay, 20 books times 20 people times 8 hours. He goes, that's 3,000 books. They're like, yes. He's like, guys, we're going to sell, I forgot how many sold. Like, what is it, 100 million divided by 6 grand? Was it about 6 grand times 200? Yeah. Yes. We're going to sell, we need to push out 3 million books. And you're at 3,000. It doesn't take much to know that it's going to take more than 20 people to ship out all the books we need to get out. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's probably a good point. He's like, what are you like, guys, let's go. Like if he would have just launched and like just hoped that, you know, they had it in play, it'd been a disaster. So even the main dude is doing spot checks on warehouse, fulfillment, merchants, like all the things that had to happen for that book launch to go as smoothly as it did. There were so many micro things that had to be in play for all that to happen. Like even like a merchant to hold $100 million in an account had to be set up properly, or else they would have held it in reserve for the next 6 months to a year. And there's $100 million sitting there, like looks great, but now you still have to fulfill 300,000 books or 3 million books or whatever.
Yep.
You know, like he still has to fulfill those. He still has to pay his warehouses, but he's got $100 million held up in a merchant account. Like that's what happened to us. We had flashlights going out. We was like $1.2 million in Stripe held, and we had to still fulfill, or else people would charge back us, which would increase our chargeback rate and create just a dynamic we couldn't play catch up with. So there's a lot of stuff that, you know, it looks really nice on camera, looks really cool on YouTube while you're sitting in your lazy boy eating your hummus. But at the end of the day, like there was so much going on that one YouTube video. Like that was a lot to pull off, you know. Bravo to him. He makes it look easy. He made it look easy. There's a lot behind the scenes that had to happen in order for that to go through. I'm sure there's stuff that still broke. There's still stuff breaks on our end, you know. There's stuff still that breaks on ClickFunnels' end. You know, you just see magic on the front, but you don't know that, you know, we're in the back putting out fires. Like just how business is. So going back to levers, you know, like where are those levers? Like, hey guys, we got 3 million books. We need to ship out not 3,000. You need to pull those levers. Like we either need to go and get more warehouses that can handle the volume and ship the books around so like it's evenly dispersed versus putting all our eggs in one warehouse. That was one of our mistakes, is we chose one warehouse at the time. We couldn't fulfill it ourselves, so we bolted on to another warehouse who we then divided the outflow. And then now today we have 3 warehouses that are able to handle all the volume. So if one warehouse goes down, hurricane comes in, storm, electricity goes out, generators don't back up, people don't show up, COVID hits, like all the things that you're like, they'll just handle it. Like, if you learn in prepper world, for my preppers out there, you learn that 1 is 0 and 2 is 1. So if you have 2, you at least got 1. If you got 1, consider it 0. They talk about lighters. So if you're in the woods and you need a fire, you only got 1 lighter and that lighter doesn't work, you got no fire. But if you at least got 2 lighters, you got a chance. So hopefully that helps. That's like an hour of coaching. So maybe you guys' brains are washed now. I'm not sure. Maybe you're like, keep going.
I'm like, more.
Just give it more. I want more. But that's a really powerful, training, if you will, that you guys can implement, have this, take this and dissect it, exercise it, with all your funnels, all your order bumps, all your upsells, and just make sure it, calculates. Just make sure it maths out. Like, okay, that math. Pretty cool. So, yeah, man, that's what I got. Any quick questions before I jump out? Or jump off. Jump out, jump off.
Trey, I had a question on your math on the t-shirts.
Yes.
Okay, so I think you figured something like 20 sale price of like $29.95 and then the cost was 22, and I thought that number came to like $7.95, and that was the same as your math when you did it for the 4 months. I don't understand how that works. Sorry.
$12 was our cost. So it's $17.95 is our profit on the shirt.
Okay.
15% is our conversion. So we get the first day, right? They come through our funnel. $17.95 times 15%. So 15% bought the shirt. We made $17.95 over the 15%. Do you follow that?
Okay. Yep.
Okay. The next month, so 2 months, or like the second month that they renew, which is the first month they renew, it's going to be the people who bought, which is this piece right here, the $17.95 times 15. We did that in month 1. That's going to get the same number. However, only 80% of those people stuck around. 20% of them said no thanks, declined, canceled their membership, whatever. So I always just go with a 20% churn rate.
Okay.
That's why we're doing it times 0.8. So that's month 2. Month 3, we're taking what we found in month 1 and month 2, which is 0.8, and then we times that again by 0.8. So it's like 0.8 times 0.8 times the initial.
Okay.
And we do that one last time for month 4, and that equals out $7.95 added for every single order of the 100 buyers, profit-wise.
So it goes down from the $17.95 to the $7.95 then, are you saying?
Well, let's look at it. So $17.95 is what we got from only 15 people of the 100 buyers. So there's 100 buyers that come through our funnel, but only 15 people bought.
Right.
So what is that? So 17, I see where you're at. $17.95 times 0.15 is $2.69.
Right.
So what you're seeing as $7.95 is actually $2.69 over the 100 buyers. So for every single buyer, by them just buying a shirt, no renewals, we're making only $2.69 per buyer.
Okay.
But now we're taking into account, hey, this guy's going to stick around for like month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4. We're also taking into account churn rate. You're welcome, because I don't lie to you guys. And that equates out to an additional, what's totaling $7.95 for every 100th buyer.
An extra $5 basically.
Yeah. Yeah. So if they just bought the t-shirt and didn't renew, it'd be $2.69.
Got it.
Since they are renewing every month for the next, 6, 7, 8, 9 months out, that's why we take those 80% of each prior month times each other. which that's the equation on the board, which that's showing is, okay, this is $7.95 for every single buyer. So to do it a little bit like more, I guess, mathematically, let me show you this. That's the quick way to do it. That's the quick math, right? But what I showed you earlier was how to do it the long way. So let's look at it. So month one. So this is day one, right? Like they purchased, 100 buyers purchased this. So 15 people of the 100 bought a shirt. So we would take 15 people times the $17.95.
Got it.
Right? It's 269 bucks. That's pretty sweet. Then month one, so the first month that they renew, that's going to be 15 people times 80%. So 20% churn rate. So that means 15 times 0.8 is 12 people. So on month one, only 12 people were still in the club. And those 12 people paid us $17.95. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So that's $215 that we got that month. On month one, we got $215.40. Month two, we have those 12 people that were in month two.
Got it.
And 80% of them stuck. So now we do 12 times 80. You following along now?
Yep.
Equals $960. Those people paid us $17.95. So 960, 9.6 times $17.95 is $170.32. See how this takes a lot more long? $172.32. All right, and then month three, our last month here, is again 9.6 times 80% stick, which is 7 people, 0.68. We times them by the $17.95 because they're still buying shirts from us.
Okay.
Which is a total of 137. Okay, cool. So now we have day one, month two, month three. So we know on day one, we got 269 plus or 0.25 plus 215 on month one, plus 172.32 on month two, and 137 on month three equals $793.97 total. That's the total that brought us over the next 4 months from those 15 buyers. So 15 buyers brought in an additional $793 in profit over the course of 4 months. So then how much does that add to each buyer that came in? Remember up here we had 100 buyers?
Yep.
So we take $793.97 divided by 100 buyers.
Got it.
Equals, oh, look at that, $7.93. We're 2 pennies off.
Cool. Can I just a quick follow-up question then? Thank you for doing that. That lays out really good. So on the warranty, then I see how you took the number 3 in your lack of word stack. That was the $1 profit, and you replaced it with a warranty. And then the lower the warranty, you had more buyers, of course, and you increased your value or your profit. But how do you determine how to, you said like the middle road between $20 and $10, and how is that dependent on the price of the product that you're trying to, or the products that you're trying to put the warranty on? Is it based on value? If it's a $5 item versus a $50 item, how do you?
Yeah. So I try to do like 15 to 20% of the product cost. So like if it's $50, we'll do like a $5. No, we'll do a $10 warranty. So yeah, 20%.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, warranties are great. Good air.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. Glad. Hopefully, again, like that's the math that I used to do to make it all make sense in my head. I'd have to like dumb it down and be like, okay, month one, what was that? Month two, month three. And then I realized, wait, I can just take that times that and it equals the same thing. Oh, really? Then I'd go back and do the math again. like, prove it back to myself. But yeah, it's really cool. So just conversion times profit, and that'll give you your AOV.
It's amazing.
Trey, can I ask you a question? I believe only you can answer it, actually. So I have a quick one. In the beginning, you grew quickly. Like like rapid, like we're talking, speed of light. And I know sometimes that payment processor and banks, they don't like that. They start blocking, they start creating, like they want to make sure that everything's
Yeah, they'll put you on a
easy
reserve.
and everything's good. And
Mhm.
how did you solve that? Like, meaning, like, what did you tell them? And like, how did you handle it? Because if you sell like too many and you have to fulfill too many, like a lot of money, right? Then that can be like literally lethal if they just stop their operating capital and hold too much reserves.
Yeah, you're right. So is the question, how do we scale the mid, or how did we fulfill?
No, how did you actually like handle it? What did you tell them? Like, what's the right approach? Should that happen? Like, what's the right approach? How to talk to them? Like, you show them the sales? Like, how like, I mean, who are these people? Because I don't even know. I know who my payment processors are, but I don't know these people, right?
Right.
Like, I can go to and knock on their door and, hey guys, here it is. And we're talking about quick fulfillment promise here. Like, it's not, like I'm saying, oh, I'm going to fulfill it in 2 months, 3 months. No, you got to fulfill it in a day or 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
So if that becomes a problem, how do you handle it? How did you handle it? Because you grew up like in a month or something, right? Like, I mean, that's the story.
That is the story. That is a true story. I'm going to tell you the answer, but you're not going to like the answer. Stripe was very greedy. And Stripe had never seen anything like what we were doing. And so they saw all the numbers, and they saw, 200 grand a day, 300 grand a day, 400 grand a day, 500 grand a day. And they saw how much they're making. They're making, 2%, 3% off that money. So 3% of 500 grand, they're like, this is awesome. What they weren't ready for, and neither were we, is the storm we were building. And the storm was the cliff we were hanging our life on, which was fulfillment. And so since we could not fulfill the orders and we could not answer the calls, the chargebacks were chasing our growth. So our growth was climbing every day, climbing. But the chargebacks were following that growth. But as a percentage, we were under 1%. So in Stripe's eyes, everything's hunky-dory. But as soon as a competitor came out and we went from like 500 grand a day to 100 grand a day, that cliff went like this, and the chargebacks overcame our growth. And then basically we went into like a 2%, 3%, as high as 10%. We were at a 10% chargeback rate. And that's when Stripe, who didn't have a phone number, started calling us. And they said, what is going on? What are you doing? And we're like, we are trying to fulfill, and we were too honest with them, honestly. We told them exactly what was happening. We're back on orders. We got like 70,000 orders in ShipStation, which are backlogged. They're not going to make it for Christmas. These are all Christmas orders. We're going to try to get them out in January, February. We're onboarding a call center with like, I don't even know how many agents that was, maybe like 50 or 60, who were down in Mexico. And that was a whole bad thing anyways. Like, it was just bad storm after bad storm. Like, it was like the triple storm that came together. But yeah, they held $1.2 million into our Stripe account. And so we had to go get mids out of Mauritius, which is an island in the middle of nowhere. And we had a Mauritius mid that was able to, we basically hooked it up to ClickFunnels and removed Stripe. So Stripe had $1.2 million in profits, right? And money. And then we hooked up this mid. This mid was a disaster because it's in Mauritius. So every time a transaction came through, they'd get a second transaction called an international transfer fee, which was like $1.50. And so now we got all these people calling us of like, why are you charging me an international fee when I just bought it from the United States? Like, it didn't make any sense. Like, we're trying to catch up with ourselves. And so basically all that volume was now switched over to this mid. This mid in Mauritius held 10% reserves. So any profits we were making, if we were a 10% profitable company, our profits were held in the mid, and it was a complete disaster. It was a complete disaster is really what it came to be. So Stripe was super greedy. Their greed led to, chargebacks, lawsuits with Visa and MasterCard that were like 300 grand, 400 grand each. Stripe charged us $30 per chargebacks, plus MasterCard and Visa charges us an additional $100 on top of those chargebacks. So like for every chargebacks we got, it was like 130 bucks, plus they removed all the money we received. So yeah, like we tried to keep up. We tried to keep up as much as we could, and it was just too much to handle. And so we didn't have the right systems in place. So all the things that you see in our trainings that I'm teaching you here are all the things I learned during all of that and where I messed up. Like all the things that, the next 3 years was just a very depressing time for me because we had 3 lawsuits going on at the same time. So I was just like working for people and not making any money. But I got to learn what worked. And Alex Sharfin, I was at Pirates Cove with Russell Brunson, Alex Sharfin, Jason Fladlin, Alex Hormozy. And this was years ago. It was 8 years ago. And I tell this story, but I tell it in way more depth. And that was my presentation for that event. And so I'm sitting in the room with 20 of these guys. And at the end of the story, I remember Alex Sharfin standing up and being like, yeah, but you got a $30 million education of what not to do. And I was like, oh, wow, that's a really interesting perspective. And so that $30 million education has taught me and led me so differently from that point on that if I didn't have it, I'd still probably be just all doing stupid stuff, So the stuff we teach you is really coming from the foundation of $30 million of mistakes.
I appreciate it. No, because the payment processors, they keep asking me, and it's obviously an old and outdated number. Before even funnels and everything else, right? So I gave him some estimates, and if I'm looking to really get the numbers, then and really put some significant capital behind the advertising and try to really push this forward, and we start seeing numbers that can be 10x versus some sort of even self-imposed limits. I know as a former banker, that's just going to start ringing bells.
Yep.
And the worst thing that I want.
You just need to have more mids. So have a Stripe mid, have a high risk mid, have a a bank mid. You should have 4 or 5 mids if you're going to scale, because then you can rotate those mids.
Yeah, I do have 2. These are high risk payment processors because I'm in a tobacco business, and by having 2. The other one, even though it cost me $3,000 a year just to have them, right? Because you got to pay Visa and MasterCard, those surcharges and stuff. So it's, a couple of grand per processor. I still keep them, and I've been paying them kind of for years. I wanted to see what your take on that was, because if one cancels, I got no business pretty much. So that's why I keep having them both.
1 is 0. You can push them through an authorize or an NMI, and then you can rotate those mids on the background. So
these are the 2 I had.
Yeah, there you go. So click funnels will allow you to hook up an NMI or an authorize. And then in the back of NMI and authorize, you can rotate what's called rotation of mids. And basically you see the volume that are coming through. If that chargebacks are getting high or they're, too much volume, then you can push it to the next mid and let that handle the next volume. And so it's just kind of this game that you got to play at a high level. And that's just how it is. You're not Walmart, you're not Amazon, you're, Joe Schmo with a tobacco company, and you got to play the games of the mids. And, once you start scaling at higher levels, that's great. Now, saying that, Stripe has come a long ways. Stripe has come a very long ways from when we ran that first storm. I'm pretty sure there's a manual called the Lewellen Handbook in Stripe headquarters, which if you turn to page 1, it's everything that a merchant should not do. Here's the list. And if they do this, these are the red flags. And so they probably made a manual around us, honestly. But now they have a phone number. You can call them. You can talk to them. You can address questions and have answers. And they are very hands-on because they know they have competitors now. People saw the model and they're making the competition against them. But they're very good to talk to, and you can talk to them about, hey, here's who we are. Here's what we want to do. And they scale. You can scale. ClickFunnels is on Stripe. ClickFunnels is over $100 million a year. So good business can get good mids. But if you're in the infancy and you're like in the nuances of a new business, there's going to be hurdles. There's going to be chargebacks. Like you don't have the support underneath you, like customer service or email support. Like those are the things that get you in trouble. And if you don't have that, you're going to get the chargebacks. Chargebacks lead to mids charging you a reserve or canceling your account. So as long as you are ahead of like the customer service area and you're producing a good product and the product is being delivered in a timely fashion, or you're alerting them of when the product is going to arrive, your mids will be just fine. Like they'll hum under 1%. And Stripe can scale with that. PayPal can scale with that. Now, when you get into trouble and, you know, like your inventory doesn't arrive and you're not shipping stuff out, if you're not refunding those customers or alerting them of that time, then yeah, of course you're going to get chargebacks. Like you're doing bad business. And so bad business is that red flag of, okay, this company's getting chargebacks. They're doing something wrong. They're over 1%. Let's look into it. And so then you get, you know, audited and you get calls and you get emails like what's going on, what's your plan of action, like how are you going to reduce the chargebacks? We'll give you a 3-month window to do it. If not, we're going to shut you down. And so really it just comes down to doing good business. If you can do good business, then you'll have no issues scaling mids.
And
No, I mean like that. Obviously,
I-
that's the plan, right?
That is the play. That gang, that right there. Focus on that as we're growing. Focus on that as you're scaling. Put the proper things in place to unlock the future. That was amazing. Trey, I'm sorry. Thank you for the extra time. Everybody else, I'm sorry. I just have another meeting. I'm out of time today. I normally am not, but I was a masterclass, Trey. I don't even know. There's not even a thank you I could give for that. Incredible.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate you being on here.
Thank you.
Thanks, right? Thank you, Dante.
That was so good. So good. Hey, I have this recording in your private VIP communities. I'm also going to upload this to the main One Funnel Away community. That it takes a couple hours for Zoom to do its thing. So by 5 o'clock this afternoon, that recording will be in there. I also put screenshots in the chat. I'd love for you guys to download those, upload those to ChatGPT, let it be your mathematician, let it be your strategist, and let's do everything that Trey says. That was incredible. I'm going to let you guys go for now. Have an amazing rest of your day. Tomorrow, same time, same place, same exact